Hi and welcome to another edition of the Sunday Vibes at NST podcast. And yes, once again, I'm here. Elena Koshi is here.
Woohoo!
And we've got a special guest who Elena will introduce because she's going to be steering the ship today. So over to you, El.
Okay, so the topic is exams.
No, we have to introduce the guest.
I know. But I'm just going to say I'm going to put on my auntie specs now because I'm the headmistress.
It's very appropriate for today's show
Very
as well.
appropriate for today's show.
Yes.
But before we proceed with the show, I'm going to introduce our guest today, the very, very handsome and,
As handsome as Azros? No.
I don't know because he's got nice legs.
I can see.
If you're in the
Yes.
studio today,
Cikgu PE.
looks like a Cikgu PE with his shapely legs. But okay, let's introduce our guest today. He's Patrick Leong. And the thing is here, who says you can't do it all? Huh? So Patrick didn't get that memo. He's a singer, producer, music teacher. He's lent his voice as a backup singer to Malaysian icons like Siti Nurhaliza, Sheila Majid.
Dulu-dulu lah kan.
Even worked with international stars such as Wang Lee Home, Chris Dayanti and Melly Goslow.
Yep, that's
right.
right.
Yeah. So when he's not producing his own albums and teaching at international school, he also does dolls. He actually creates dolls. He's given me a Whitney Houston doll, okay? So Patrick can literally do a lot of stuff.
Autograph, please.
Autograph.
Okay.
So welcome, Patrick. Welcome to the
Thank you
show.
so
It's your
much,
first
though.
time here, so we
Yes.
hope to see you more often lah.
Okay lah.
This next time with pants, but okay, never mind. Okay, so we're going to talk about exams, right?
Do we have to?
Well, the subject is exams.
Okay.
It's not a very
As in sekolah exam.
Sekolah exam.
not
What
life
exam
exam.
you think it is lah?
Driving exam?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay,
Any
wait,
exam.
let me set the premise first, okay? So,
Okay.
several education experts and former education ministers have called for the reinstatement of the Ujian Pencapaian Sekolah Rendah UPSR. I think we are a bit too old. I don't remember UPSR. I think I was
SRP lah,
last time.
I never
God.
sat for any of this. Okay, carry
Yeah,
on.
so 5 years after its abolition since I think the pandemic time lah. So arguing it remains essential for assessing pupils' academic performance and learning progress. Okay, never mind
Well,
about
that's
that.
so fast. I didn't know what she said.
Okay, I'll go slow.
Oh, did you catch that?
Arguing that it remains essential for assessing pupils'
Right.
academic performance and learning progress.
Right.
Okay, but you know what? We don't care about all that lah.
Yeah,
We
okay.
just care about the fact that, back again exams, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
when you think about exams, especially school exams, what is the first thing that pops in your head when somebody says exam? I can't say UPSR because Patrick didn't do UPSR.
I
didn't
didn't.
do.
I
You
didn't.
also
We did
didn't do.
SRP lah my time.
Okay
SRP.
lah.
Wait, chop. UPSR is for what age group?
I think for
Standard
for
5, right?
No.
Standard 3.
Oh my God.
SRP was
SRP is
standard
form
3.
3. SRP form 3 lah, my friend.
Form 3 ah.
Are we all the wrong people to be
Okay.
doing this topic? What's going on?
That's revealing how old
Listen,
I am.
that is just the premise.
Okay.
Right now, we're just
So
going to
exam.
talk about exams.
Exams.
General
Of course, we put latest news like,
Oh.
they're introducing,
Okay.
all this crap. Oh, I mean not crap. Oops. No, exams.
Okay. All right.
Right. So
Okay.
when you think about
Exams, right.
okay, I'll even throw in driving exams, but as long
Any
as
lah.
it's examination lah, what is the first thing that pops in your head? Go, Patrick.
One word.
One word.
Pressure.
Okay, Intan.
Cramming.
Okay, for me it's cramming also.
Cramming as in what? Stomach
Cramming
cramps.
lah. Cram. Not cramming.
Cramming for your exams. Adoy.
like studying the night before, like studying 2 hours before. That
thought
kind of
nervous until
cramming.
cram,
Not crams.
Okay,
Cramps also.
so now I want to ask Intan this since
Why?
she obviously wasn't around for SRP, SPM and all that. So did British students take exams as seriously as we did here or not?
Okay, before we go to that, just
Okay.
in case there are the audience member who actually does not know why I didn't sit for exams.
Okay, yes, tell them.
I didn't not go to school or anything.
Terrible lah. She didn't go to school.
Yes.
Terrible.
No, I
terrible.
did go to school, but school in England, right? So, which meant that I
Whoa.
never went to school here in Malaysia, which meant that I have no idea what UPSR, SRP whatever.
Okay.
Okay. So, but I did sit for exams. And you know what? After all that, what was the question?
Aiyo. Let me sigh first. Okay, did British students, did the Brits take
got to
exams
speak with some British
as seriously
accent.
as we did here? Or was it more as a we'll wing it and see vibe? What do you think?
I think it's the same. I sat for GCSE,
Okay.
which is just before the A levels. We had to study. We had to cram. I remember I had to cram the night before. I'm the sort of person who loves deadlines, so I get more adrenaline rush when I have something that I need to work towards. So I like to cram the night before. So it was a matter of memorizing. But I don't think we were as bad as students here, because I remember people talk about memorizing notes, memorizing this and that. Over there, it was more about you just had to
Understand
the concept and then just explain your understanding of it. You know, I didn't have to memorize numbers and stuff.
What's your memory of SRP, SPM and all that?
Well, I wasn't really a smart kid lah. I was the creative kid, as you know. So I chose subjects that I wanted to score. So art, lukisan.
Can you choose subjects? You mean?
No lah. I mean, eventually I had to sit for the whole thing, right? But I scored on those subjects that I wanted to lah. Whether it's sastra, lukisan, English lah, all those maths.
Okay, but aside from that, you still have to take maths and all this
Still have to
other
lah.
annoying subjects, right? Like history or
I love
geography.
history.
I
And
hated history.
love
Oh
history.
man.
what were your like what was your memory of sitting for exams?
I tell you, SPM history that year, the year after they made sejarah compulsory to pass. I sat the year before, so I walked in the exam room, and I hated history. And what I did was, I think that time was 30 minutes, and then you can walk out of the exam room. So what I did was, I just sat down and started drawing on the notepad. Draw my Steffi graph.
Steffi Graf is in the tennis player?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, then after that 30 minutes, okay, cikgu, I
Done.
walked out. I'm done.
Okay, students, this
Because
is not what you are supposed to do. This is a disclaimer here. Don't do what you are hearing right now. Okay, you still have to study for exams.
Yes,
okay,
yes, so
but
Of course.
what have to be politically correct and all that. What was your exam ritual? Like, did you all have a particular ritual before you sat for exams? I know Patrick will be like, oh, you're shading colours. So what was did you have an exam ritual?
Sorry, who are you looking at?
I don't know. I'm looking at the both of you.
I'm not sure who she's looking
I'm
at.
a bit cross-eyed now. I'm
Because of
looking
the
at the
flowers. There's a foliage in front of me.
Okay. So let's go with Intan.
Yes.
Okay.
What was my exam
What was
ritual?
your exam ritual?
Okay.
Did you have one?
No, I didn't. But what I remember was that my parents would have, their tips. So before an exam, you have to eat certain things, drink certain things, go to bed at a certain time. So because apparently all these things are conducive to, your memory or something like that. Along those lines, I remember that. But my exam ritual, I didn't. Thankfully, I was academic and I was also quite a jock. So I could balance those two. And all I needed to do was just cram the night before. But yeah, my mom would feed us so-called good food for memory, for the brain.
Food. Like what?
Milk.
Oh, milk.
Yeah, and then... and then of course they
Didn't
would
make any
say...
difference to me also.
I don't know, but apparently, milk. And then you had to, of course, pray because tomorrow you're going to perform and God will help you if you prayed the night before. And although I did remember my dad said, if you can't remember something now, you will not remember it tomorrow. So don't bother cramming, because your brain capacity is unable to soak as much as you think it can. Because what's the difference? You cram tonight and then you think you can do a little bit more tomorrow on the bus. It doesn't work. So he says, if you don't know it now, you won't know it tomorrow.
That
makes sense.
That makes me feel a little panicky. Even as you tell that story.
Yeah, then I realize it's true, If you don't know, you just don't know. Just do your best on your paper the next day and get creative with your answers. Surely you'll get a point somewhere. So that was my thing.
How about you?
Mine wasn't so much a ritual. Mine was a foresight in terms of the result. So the
Wow.
motivation there was, don't kena caning.
Huh?
Because my father, his cane was 6 feet long.
Wow.
So whenever there's a red mark on the report card, the cane will come.
You should have come on last week's episode because we were talking about caning.
Oh really?
But
Oh
yeah, it's okay. We're not.
But I think it's really effective though. After that, I really
Oh goodness.
bucked up lah.
You really bucked up lah.
Ah.
My exam ritual is buying stationery every time. I'll have a new pencil
set.
box, new pencils, new the mechanical pencils, everything new. For every exam, not every exam, but every round of exams, there will be something new.
Was that supposed to motivate you to do?
I don't know. Maybe it probably like a consolation lah. Like at least I got some new stationery out of this.
Because you'll rub better with the new rubber.
I'll rub better. I will shade the answers
better with your what's the pencil? Was it 2B or
2B.
2B? You see, I know.
I think during my time it was objective. We rarely had some subjective. I don't think.
Oh,
we did,
really?
except for maybe bahasa and
Karangan and all that lah.
yeah, except for English and BM, I think most of it was.
Objective.
Yeah.
Was that where you had to shade the little circles?
Yeah.
Oh, we
Yes.
hardly had that. A lot of I think ours was predominantly like you have to answer like karangan
But
like that.
okay, what were your weakest subjects?
Me?
You,
Me
I think.
or-
Okay, Intan.
Which one?
Intan Maisura Ahmad Kamal. Have to put full
My
name all.
weakest.
Weakest.
Maths.
Math.
Yeah,
Same.
concur. Mathematic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm an
mathematic fail.
arts creative person. What about you?
It was maths. It
Oh,
was
gosh.
maths.
Oh.
No, but
Okay.
it was maths initially, but later that became my strongest subject.
Right.
Fui.
Yeah.
Yo.
Initially
That's
it was
interesting.
It was yeah. So do you have like a legendary exam story or a or any particular memory of sitting for exams? It can even be later on in life. I mean, we all sit for exams at some point in our lives. Even driving exams. I can tell you a million driving exam stories.
Oh, I could tell you too, but then I might get in trouble with JPJ, so I'm
Yeah,
not
me
going to
too,
go there.
But never mind.
Yeah.
Bribe, ah.
Huh?
No bribe.
Hey, no bribe. We all
No,
good. Again,
no bribes.
there is a disclaimer here. Whatever you hear, don't follow. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
Unless
yes.
it's good stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So exam stories. Anyone?
Exam stories. Do you want to go first?
No, I did my exam story there. I told you I did lukisan in sejarah exam.
Oh, that's
What
tragic.
exam stories though? Nothing at school that particularly stood out.
Outside of school?
Driving exam.
Okay,
that was
tell-
definitely memorable.
Okay,
because
tell a driving exam story.
my driving exam story. Okay, because when I was in England, I failed my first driving exam because I forgot to signal when I moved from the curb. But then I returned to Malaysia and I went for my second driving exam and I was passed with flying colours despite sliding down the hill, despite not signalling.
Hey,
As in bukit,
JPJ.
is it? The bukit.
Yeah.
As if
Hey, how
when you
come you passed?
Yeah.
when you slide when you slide reverse, right? Did you do
Yeah.
that?
No, I
don't know.
didn't.
No.
I just looked at my examiner, who was a young JPJ guy, I have to say, with dark glasses. And, sorry, JPJ, he passed me because he was too busy trying to get my phone number.
Oh.
So he didn't even realize.
yeah.
He didn't even realize my car was sliding backwards. And then I remember I can't. To this day I cannot even
Hashtag
do side
JPJ.
parking because I was never failed on my inability to do side parking.
Okay.
But I got my
Hashtag-
license.
Hashtag JPJ. You just your history drawing pictures on your history paper.
no, I got driving one also.
Okay,
I also got
tell.
driving one.
No.
Oh.
Did they ask for your number too?
No.
I scolded the tester.
Why?
No, because I was at the traffic lights, and then there's another student in front, and when the lights turn green, because it's manual, right? There's
Oh,
no
yeah.
back then there was no automatic cars for license, so the car went.
Oh my
and
God, like a
and
horse.
yeah. So I started laughing, right? Then it turned red. Then it turned green again. I'm laughing in the back, I'm like. Then after that, so anyway, they cleared. Then I was going, and there was a lorry that was coming on the back, and I saw the rear mirror. I was so sure that I was clear. Then he says, no. I say, yes. No. Yes, and I floored it, and I went.
Oh my god.
Wait, the
survived?
light was red or not?
No, light green.
Or was it like going to the amber, like go faster?
No. Clearly green. Green.
So you got failed, You got failed.
after that-
You got
bad
failed?
English. You got failed.
You have to go back to school.
You got failed. You got failed.
Fail lah. Went back to the pusat there. Terus the fellow walk up. Next.
Oh dear.
And you? What's your exam story?
What's my exam story?
Yeah.
I didn't have any remarkable exam story that I can think of,
Yeah.
but driving, yes. Always
Oh my
driving.
god,
Why?
what is it about? Is it JPJ again?
Why? Well, okay, first time I failed because I slid down the bukit.
Oh, that always happens.
Spectacularly, I slid down. Not just slide, I just down. Almost killed somebody at the back.
Oh my god.
Second one was, I think I was driving and it was so bad that the tester looked at me and said, I think I should book you for dangerous driving.
Jalan Raya.
Yeah, back in the days lah. But now I'm a very safe driver. so
You
it's
shot,
okay.
is it, that time? Pendek. Then you...
Cannot lah. That's why. And then have to, those days, manual, right? So you
Yes.
have to like literally floor the thing. And
Yeah.
back then the cars weren't like, nice
Was it a
cars.
Kanchil back then?
No lah, no
It wasn't
Kanchil.
even a Kanchil. It was an older car than that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not going to tell you how old I am.
So
but,
her leg short lah, pendek. So cannot reach
Okay.
the clutch lah.
But here's the question lah. Does exams actually make you smarter or not?
I think not necessarily smarter, but I would say more strategic.
Strategic in
Yeah,
what way?
so you basically, because you learn to survive under pressure, you learn how to spot patterns and how to predict what the teacher might ask. So if you think about it, these are the same skill sets that you need for life later on.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Or when you're dealing with your boss in your later life, right, El?
yes.
It's part of training lah.
Yes, yes.
Life's processes of training. At that age when we were in school, exams was that was the thing that we had to go through. Then when you get out of school, you go to college. There's assignments and deadlines.
Yeah.
And then when after college, you go to workplace. You don't do well, you get fired. You get
Yeah.
replaced. Somebody else gets the job. So it's a build-up process lah, which is good lah.
Yeah, and you learn how to be master of last minute miracles, especially when you learn how to cram at 2 a.m. and
Burn midnight oil.
and learn how to panic productively.
Yes.
Productively,
Panic.
panic.
Productive panicking.
Yes.
It's good. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yes, isn't it? So,
But okay, so if you could, I mean, looking back at all the subjects that we took and some of the subjects that we hated, right? If you could rewrite the school syllabus,
oh my god.
if you could add on subjects,
Oh.
what kind of subjects do you think you would add on?
Oh my god, school would be chaos if I was in charge.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking the question.
Patrick, you go first.
Education Ministry,
It
please.
came to me differently though. I was thinking it's the quality of teachers for me. Because when I was growing up, I had really good teachers. And regardless whether the subject was tough, but if the teacher is able to somehow connect with us, then you gain some sort of a greater interest in that tough subject and make it through actually. But to answer your question about rewriting the some of the subjects, I think they were enough. Okay, crazy 12, 13 subjects.
Wow.
Going to school in a school bag, you need trolleys to carry. You know how heavy the books are. I remember. So I wouldn't change it personally. I think they were all at that time. I think relevant for me.
Are you referring to today? Like,
Yeah, today or even back then. Why two separate things is it?
yeah.
Okay, so back then, let's look back at memory lane. Would you change anything?
Well, I just think that it was very much book heavy, very academic. Even no, actually, I can't say in England because I would say we were quite well balanced because we did a lot of what you would say here as COCO, right? Co-curricular
Co-curriculum.
activities. So we had a good balance of co-curricular activities and also the academic side, but the academic side was made to be very enjoyable because we would go on
Yeah.
field trips, we would do activities, so it wasn't very book heavy. So if I were to add something, I'd say kids need to go out more and play more. I would add more PE, physical education,
balance.
more activities-oriented subjects as opposed to books. Because at the end of the day, right, you memorize all these things, and then now on hindsight, what am I using actually from what I learned back then?
Yeah, true.
And also, they need to be taught survival skills.
I was just going to say that
Life skills.
life skills,
Life
right?
skills, very important.
Like financial management, for example,
Yeah.
money matters,
Yeah.
taxes.
Maybe not taxes when you're 10.
Not taxes when you're 10, but when you're a lot older, I think you should be given a crash course on it.
I think financial
Financial
management would be a good idea.
management, how to manage your money,
And mental health.
mental health,
Yeah.
things like that, like all those kind of life hacks that I wish I learned a lot younger,
Yeah.
as opposed to adulting and then figuring it out by myself, which
Yeah.
sometimes we make all the mistakes in the world. Like, for example, credit cards, what does it entail? It's not
Yeah.
a free spending spree.
Do we not have those in schools these days for the
I
older,
don't know though.
older group?
Do
No.
we? No, I don't think
so.
so.
No.
They should.
They should
bring
have
all
that,
those
because
things
I think they are not kids these days. Also, I think when it comes to financial management and things like that, I don't know whether they are well versed in it, or whether they are
Right.
taught those kind of things.
Managing
Life
self.
skills, mental health, like you
Yes,
say.
very
I
important.
think that's a lot. I don't know. I think that's important lah. But would you have done better if learning had been more about life skills? Learning included life skills rather than.
I don't know. I think life throws itself, spontaneously, sporadically, and you encounter it, and I think it takes good common sense. To some extent, it takes good common sense to know how you have to maneuver and navigate through it. I think personally, I had really good common sense. I may not been strong in certain subjects or been really smart, but eventually you make it out in life, and with good common sense and knowing what boundaries you set for yourself, or spending set for yourself. By the way, talk about spending, the one that really taught me about financial planning was my parents, because Chinese parents will tell, especially my time, you don't ask us for money.
Yeah.
When you grow up, you don't ask us for money. You go and stand on your own 2 feet. So we were often reminded about making sure that we make it in life, in our jobs, to make sure that we don't burden our parents. So I came from that sort of angle.
Because back in the days, I think, back in school during my time, passing and failing was very stressful. Like sometimes the position, you get position.
Depends, are you A1 class ke A2 class or
A1
C?
lah, that's why
A1 of
lah,
course
very
lah.
irritating,
You
oh.
top of the crop, then you have to compete lah.
So it's like, your position in class, or, trying to make it and all that. But here's a question, like, did grades stress you out, getting a good grade stress you out while you were schooling? And there's a further question to that. When did you realize that it didn't define you?
Well,
If ever.
grades.
Yeah, getting a good grade, or,
Okay, grades mattered to my parents. Being Asian parents in a foreign country, it mattered. And the thing is, I guess they were fortunate because their daughter was quite academic. I came away with 9 A's for my GCSEs, which was the maximum. Even though my math sucks, I still don't know how I did it, but I did it. But for them, it mattered a lot, because I remember distinctly they would always talk about my cousins and how well my cousins were doing, and always comparisons. Did grades matter to me? No, not really. But because it mattered to my parents, then it mattered to me to ensure that my page looked nice with all the A's trailing down the form, But did it matter? Does it make any difference today? No, not really. I don't think so. Grades, I don't think those alphabets define you at the end of the day.
Yeah. But
I
it
don't
sucks
think so.
if you are being compared to lah.
But that's a very Asian thing, right? Always
your
comparing
brother
you.
is smarter than you, or your sister is smarter better than you.
Yeah. Because it just so happens, like, we come from a family, a bigger family. that's very academic.
Yeah.
My cousins, my relatives, my uncles, all very academic. So comprising, professors and teachers.
Right.
So it was a big thing for us. And being in England, seeing our English friends, grades didn't matter to them. Their parents didn't care. But it was a big thing for us to perform. And we were like super Asians because we got A's all the time.
Yeah, I think it was a very Asian thing because I remember my parents were very, very particular about grades because my sister, my older sister was the good student, the smart one. So it was very hard to come out of a shadow. But looking back, what would you tell your stressed out exam self
You answer
if you had a
first.
message? You all can like,
Stressed out exam self. I don't get it.
If when you were sitting for exams and you were stressed,
Uh-huh.
but you looking back now, what would you tell that young person that's going through exams and feeling stressed out?
Well, would you like to answer because you're the guest? First.
Well, I personally, I think if you study early and you prepare well, then that's nothing to really be stressed about.
You are talking to you like one uncle right now. You study and prepare well, but if the reality is back then, we hardly
Consequence
Intan.
is the reality. Consequence of failing is a reality.
Yeah.
So you then have to backtrack. Okay, if you don't want to fail, then do something about it. There's no point, trying to hope and expect and put high expectations on yourself without even preparing. So if I was stressed back then, I've got myself to blame now because I didn't prepare. I was thinking, I just
Wing it.
wing it,
Wing
you
it.
know. But if then you see my other friends or all those in the class A1 score, why? Because they prepare. So it's back to you.
How about you?
No, I'm just thinking about the kind of advice I've been giving my younger nieces and nephews. Okay, because back then, if I was sitting for an exam and you're saying to me, what would I tell myself then about being stressed about exams? If it were me back then, I what can you say except that you get what you put in. So if your failure, your inability to answer the question is because obviously you haven't studied properly.
Yeah.
Right? So there's no one to blame. So you take it. Just take it. And suffer the consequences after. So I always say, there's only so much you can do. There's only so much you can control. Do your best. And that's it. Don't kill yourself over it.
Yeah.
What you have put in, what you have studied, what the efforts that you've made will show in the end.
I think the gratifying part is when you know you've put in the effort and you did your best. I mean, if the results come out, you fail or you got a C, but you put in everything you've got. I think I could live with that.
Exactly.
I
And
could live with that.
only you will know how much effort you put into it. Everybody else can see you hard at study, in your room, pretending to study, but you will know when the results come out that you did not put in enough or you did put in enough. You can't be in denial. No one to blame.
Yeah.
So just own it.
What about giving advice to a younger person at school right now? What would your advice be?
I think now it's tougher because the handphones is a real tool of distraction for
A lot of
even
people.
where I teach. I mean, I can see young students, they are just captivated by phones and handphones, games especially. So when it's time to study, the handphone takes hours, hours into the night. They come to school in the morning, they're tired. So I think we're dealing with a bigger issue apart from just exams. The handphones is literally their go-to. After schools, it's no handphone policy in the school. The minute the bell rings, they're like piranhas going after their phones. And they will take their phones through until the late night. So we're dealing with a different sort of generation now of young people sitting for exams and all that.
Intan?
Wow.
Oh, that's very deep lah.
Yeah. I mean, what can you do, right? Unless can the handphone, can you create programs or apps that if they do have to go to the handphone, at least they will go to it productively.
Yeah, I mean...
For revision purpose or something.
Yeah.
You can still go to your handphone because I think
But
sometimes it becomes a habit.
I
You
think
just
there
reach
are
for your
apps
phone.
out there that educational apps out there, but I really don't know whether they actually go through those stuff or not.
Yeah.
I
That's-
think-
it's one thing to have apps, another thing whether they actually use
Yeah.
those apps.
I think
Yeah.
also if they realize just how important education is
Yeah.
for their onward journey in life, for their future.
Yeah, that's right.
Then
yeah,
they
yeah.
will realize that, hey,
You have to get a
it's
job and
yeah,
all
it's
that.
only a small portion of their life. They're going to have a longer journey, and why not just give that small portion of their life to just doing what they need to do? I always say, you don't have to be an A grade student. You don't have to be, like sometimes it irritates me when the news coverage is all about how many A's did the students get, how many A's did the school get. It really irritates the hell out of me. Is that how we measure our children or our younger generation? Because a lot of them are messed up big time, but they get
Yeah.
A's, right? So can we just not focus on that, but actually maybe teaching them other things that okay, you do your best. I think doing your best is the main thing. It's not so much about how many A's you get out of it.
Yeah.
And plus not making them feel so bad if maybe they stumble, because you know what, hey, at the end of the day, by the time you reach our age, nobody remembers your grades at school, really.
Exactly.
But you just need to go through that period of your life. It's very important. Education is very important.
I mean, I think we stressing on the A's is really, because at the end, like you said, because when it comes to our age now, nobody asks us for SPM certs and how many
exactly, who cares?
A's, how many A's did we get,
Right.
It doesn't really matter, but education is still important, and it's important not to take for granted what you have.
Because like in life, we all know
Yeah.
we go through different phases of life.
Yeah.
At this phase, you need to study.
Yeah.
You need to achieve your grades. That's it, because it's such a short period. And then
Yeah.
you move on to another phase where you have to
Yeah.
find work.
Yeah.
Surely you don't want to work. No disrespect to the kakak who clean the toilets, because they're very
Yeah.
vital to the whole ecosystem.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, what are your aspirations, right? If you want to be somebody or do something better than whatever, then you have to study, and everything that you do will affect the end, right? So,
Yeah.
and what is it 5 years in school? How long is it? That high school.
High school.
Ah.
Yeah, 5 years,
5 years.
5 or 6
6
years.
Okay,
Yeah.
so and then if you decide to go to university, 3 years,
Yeah.
right? And then after that, you go into the workforce. But at the end of the day, it's also like, come on, just don't mess up your life by
Yeah.
not understanding the importance of education. Exams, just exams. At the end of it, just get through it. That's what I tell my nieces as well, nephews.
Any last thoughts from you about exams? Any words of wisdom?
All I could remember out of this interview was the kereta turun bukit one.
And look, kereta turun bukit, you failed. But look, did
Yeah.
it impact anything
Exactly.
now? No,
Yeah.
because
We're all driving
We're
now.
all driving.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Relatively safely,
Yes. Relatively safely.
we're not killing people on the roads.
Not
it's
yet.
fine. All
Yes.
is good. All is well. Hashtag JPJ.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly. And Elena Koshi, I hope you don't have any more questions, because we have come to the end of the show.
It's the end of the show.
It's the end of the show. And as usual, it's been a very interesting discussion. And Patrick, you've been delightful with
Thank
and
you.
without your pants.
I told Patrick he should sing us a song, but then,
Yeah.
Save it for
As a
Christmas.
dunder.
for
Dunder.
not wearing pants.
Yes. But anyways,
Yes.
thank you for watching, and thank you for being here.
Yep, no problems at all.
Right.
Great to be here.
And I guess before we go, as usual, I'd like to remind all you listeners or audience out there to please don't forget to get your copy of Sunday Vibes, which is inside the new Sunday Times. Failing which, please go to NST online. And Elena, we've got our Instagram page as well.
Sunday Vibes _NST.
Right, and so
Be
give
there,
us
be square.
yes, and do share with us whether you want us to cover any particular topics or anything. And until the next time, I guess, I'm sure we would have some great topics for you to tune into. So thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Elena, for the show. And until the next time,
Bye.
Bye.